Okay, so I want to do just I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick little Workbench update for those folks who are actually following what I'm doing here. I've had a few projects in the works, and I feel like I've got project ADD almost, given some of the things I've been working on. And I figured I'd just go ahead and, folks have asked, what about this, what about that? So here, I'll just go ahead and share what I've been doing. Just recently, it is currently December 15th-ish, middle of December of 2017, and I just put up a finished video right on the tail end of a in-progress video of this little guy, Chopper from Star Wars Rebels. He's there was a kit I had picked up from JPG Productions, and there's a whole bunch of details about that kit and the things I've done, and I'll just put a little link down below for that guy. It was a fun kit. It really was. It was an entertaining thing to put together, and I was a lot of weathering and things like that. That was just entertaining to do. So I have a couple other projects in the works. One of them is this guy. It's Typhus. He's a cool little model kit. It's a 28mm scale. 28mm scale. I hear people have a problem with that, but I'm going to use it anyway. 28mm figure from Raging Heroes, and I highly recommend their kits. Their kits are absolutely fantastic. This is another one of their Raging Hero kits. I can't remember which one she is, but she was one that I picked up for put in the mech display. But anyway, back to Typhus. Typhus is this little bugger right here. You see a whole bunch of green stuff at his antlers, primarily because I needed to. I still need to finish a little bit of sculpting around it, and you can see, yes, that right there, it broke, because look at the size of my big old fat fingers compared to this little bugger. But the detail on this guy is absolutely fantastic. He's fabulous. I like him. Grumpy little jackalope. Grumpy little flying jackalope. And you can see that's why my fingers get broken. So, come on, there we go. I'm looking forward to painting this guy up, and I will do so. I still need to trim that one antler, which is how I broke it in the first place. So, that one is Typhus. And then this is a miniature for a gaming campaign. This one was, oh goodness, I can't remember the range I got him from. But it was a limited edition Witch Hunter. And he had a flintlock, and I prefer the hand crossbow and the double shooting hand crossbow because, double shooting. And, Witch Hunter, Inquisitor, so there was modification for the shield. And one of the things I did for the shield, if I can get this, here we go. So here you can barely see it, but there's a hand strap right back there that's in there. And then there's a mount for this strap that comes across, and it's, your shield sling. That is made from this really high-tech material that I recommend people go out and get. Paper. See that right there? That was where I cut the strap, right from Chopper's thing. So I've made this comment before about doing some like pilot seat buckles and things like that for airplanes and stuff. A lot of people use PE. I don't. I just use paper. And I've used paper a lot. You paint it up, get it wet, and it will shape. And if it doesn't shape well, soak it with this stuff. If you want paper to hold a certain shape, I have done that with this. The other thing I use, this isn't the right stuff. You've got to get, the other thing you can do, like if you're doing tarps and things for laying over, one of the things I've used is toilet paper. You don't want to get the stuff, you can get the super cheap toilet paper that doesn't have all this quilting and stuff. This kind of gives a look of netting when you've used it. So you take this stuff, you get it wet, and then you drape it over your model, and it looks like a tarp, or in this case, it took the shape of the leather strap. and then you just CA it and play some paint. And that's what I did with this guy. I need to touch up that right there for the edging. But these were 2 mods that I did, and then the crossbow strings are just thread. You know, people can go out and buy a lot of the really expensive modeling stuff, but a little bit of thread and a little bit of CA. I don't know if we could tell here, but let's see if we can. Yeah, I need to trim this up a little bit, but you can see all I did was tie it off. Tied it off there, looped it down. There was a point here where it CA'd in, then I tied it off there and trimmed it. So I'm still finishing up the painting on this guy, but this is one of the other projects I have in flight. So you've seen that, and Chopper, and the only other thing I have still cooking, move this, is this guy. Is my hidden fucker. I still have some final details to do on this guy to finish up the shading and weathering. I need to finish that. I'm finding that this color, or this shade of gray, is challenged to modulate. I don't want to say modulate because I don't do color modulation, but to highlight and shade. And I'm using this guy as a test bed just to practice that. You know, that's the fun thing about the model kits I'm doing for the most part. You know, I'm using them to learn. So this guy is a learning model, and I'm having a blast with him. This one here, you know, I've still got the clear parts to go on, and I'm waiting until I finish the shading for that stuff to go in. So that's what I have, where I am on the bench. I do have a new project that's underway, and I will post another one about that a little bit later once I have a little better mental grasp about what I'm doing. But there's a group build coming up starting at the beginning of the year, and it's called the Spitting Fucker. If it spits, build it. And the sponsor, the sponsoring cat, you know, I assume it's a play on the "if it fits, I sits" kind of meme thing. So it's if it fits, you builds it. So there's a idea I have for that group build, and I will post about that in my next update. But that, for the moment, is the basic update for my current model bench. I do have and I've mentioned this one before, so I'm going to move this guy out of the way. I do have the airship model that's sort of sitting here staring me in the face. Oops, sorry about it, buddy. There's a whole lot of fixes to do for this guy, so I'm kind of just staring at it right now and letting it stare back at me. But this is another one of those using cardstock rather than PE. But yeah, those are the things that are on my bench for now. More to come, and I will give more updates later. I hope everybody has, if I don't get back to the YinzTube before the holidays, I hope everybody has a fantastic holiday. Your Christmas goes wonderful. You're warm or comfortable or whatever. And enjoy your time. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope this is somewhat inspirational for folks. If you have suggestions, questions, or if there's anything I can do, please feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, have a fantastic day.